Welcome to this presentation of UPSL Soccer Action, live on YouTube and presented by the Atlantic Soccer Media Group.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Charlie Jordan Field here in Shiloh High School for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. It is number 13 SSL taking on number 2 Dalton United FC. And we have a very interesting little contest here, Dre. We have two teams that are in a necessary fight for points if they want to see their campaigns for different reasons. SSL needing points to stay out of relegation. Dalton United still fighting for a regular season title.
And that is the crux of the matter for both of these teams, which makes it a very tense affair. For both of these teams. SSL playing for their survival. Dalton United trying to stay with Kalanji per profile and fight off the Georgia Revolution as we get to these last couple of match weeks for them. Because after this weekend, it's going to be makeup games left for Georgia Revolution, Dalton United, and Kalanji per profile. And as we know, the final game of the season on December the 4th, which we'll be broadcasting, will be Kalanji per profile right here hosting Dalton United.
You see right there, Dalton United 1 point behind Kalanji Pro Profile. SSL way down on the bottom, 2 points behind FC Atlanta and Albion FC, but have 2 games left to complete. Dalton United with a great win last night. They've been very heavy work this week. Played Wednesday night against Vinotinto, a very exciting match that ended in a 2-2 draw. Last night, they had to travel all the way to Birmingham, win 1-0 on the road, and now here they are back taking on SSL FC tonight. We're underway here. Dalton United in their white and red kits, they're going to be moving from left to right. SSL in their navy blue kits, moving from right to left.
Yeah, that game yesterday against Georgia Revolution was a vital game for Dalton United to stay with Kalanji per profile. Kalanji per profile, of course, have the advantage here as Dalton looked to get something going early. Cool by SSL, but it's going to be a dogfight here in the last 2 weeks before the playoffs, and it's going to be very interesting, even for the neutral, to see what's going to go on at the top of the table and at the bottom of the table.
We always love to have drama late in the season, and we definitely have it this season. SSL not where they're used to being. They're used to being in an opportunity to fight into the playoffs this season. They just never got underway and find themselves really fighting the entire season to stay in the Premier Division.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of a surprise and a shock, and they just haven't been able to get on track throughout the season. And here it is now fighting for survival. But their destiny really still is in their own hands. If they can get a result in these last 2 games, they can save themselves. And Albion's going to have to be looking on because they've played all their games, and they're going to rely on SSL dropping points. Everybody else is going to be safe right now.
Ramirez with the ball into the box, cleared out. Second chance taken there by the Dalton man, number 9. Should be Villatoro. We did not get a complete lineup from Dalton United tonight.
Yeah, we'll recognize some of the players, but sometimes those numbers change and it can fool us up here in the box, but we'll do our best.
Sent forward by SSL. Good header forward through the center circle.
One thing I'm going to be watching for, Larry, is the fatigue factor for Dalton United. They've played a lot of games in a short period of time, including a game yesterday against a very top opponent. And that could be just the tonic needed for SSL. SSL has not played badly. They led Potros, the defending champions, right into extra time there. And recently, really just in the last couple of games, have played very, very close, just not able to come up with a victory. First, last week against FC Birmingham, losing 1-0.
And that has been the crux of SSL's issue this season, is just not able to score goals. There's a shot rolled in, but going to be grabbed there by Soria.
So already, I think, Larry, I wanted to see how both of these teams would start out here, and Dalton playing their game pretty much. SSL, I expect to try to use their wings and a lot of speed on counterattacks and breaks to get something going against Dalton. But it's going to be a contrast of styles, I think, when we watch these two teams play today.
Trying to send a ball forward, not able to get past the last defensive man for SSL. But here's an opportunity. Out of nothing, SSL hold it off, send it out. Not the easiest to see those numbers on those SSL jerseys, with it being that navy blue and the gold numbers. Yeah. Do our best to give it to you right. Controlled. That was Hall that controlled it. One of the things that SSL really had an opportunity the last few. That was actually Chick Som. That's why that's why I believed it was. Yeah. Chick Som has been the goal scorer for SSL in previous seasons. This season, really didn't get on the scoreboard like he's used to.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, Larry, is down to the lack of service he's getting. They haven't really had a consistency of play throughout the season, which has hurt them, especially in a division like this where it's so stacked from top to bottom. You don't really get a weekend off playing against any team in the Georgia Premier Division in the UPSL.
Coming over here to the near side. Cut off by Dalton. It's going to go back to Soria. You have two teams with a little bit of a difference in philosophy. You have a team like Dalton United that likes to play out of the back, very defensive shell. You have SSL who, as they play kind of like their brother team, Kalanji Pro Profile, where they're more front attacking.
Yeah, they like to build up play with the short passing game and methodically move them way into the attacking position. But here we go.
Into the box, cleared away by Dalton. A few headers get the job done, but SSL still step away with possession.
And remember, those watching SSL, as far as survival, they only need 2 points because they only need a tie on points with Albion to survive because they have the better tiebreaker scenarios to save themselves. So a draw here and a draw in the last game against Georgia Revolution would do it, or one win out of the last 2 games.
It's a big task as they've got both Dalton United and Georgia Revolution.
Yeah, that's
they've
not
got to
going to be
go
easy.
on the road to Georgia Revolution. So
yeah, they're going to be underdogs in both of the games, of course. This one and that one. But it is football area, and anything can happen.
Trying to release it to Herrera. Vital was there to control it. Soria releases. Controlled in the center circle by SSL. Both teams with a very thin bench tonight. There's a cross into the box past both forward SSL members. Goes out for a throw for Dalton United.
He continues to walk down the touchline.
Hey, you grab as many yards as you can allow that the center official is going to let you have.
Yeah. He's gone about 10 yards so far.
At least 10, almost 12. And he gets knocked out. Guess what? He gets to go even farther.
Did he pick up that ball?
He did pick it up in
play.
In play.
I think the way the lines are, it fooled even the referee, but that would have been a handball.
Here at Charlie Jordan Field, it's that gray line. If you can see it on the screen, it's the gray line. That's the outline.
Yeah, it's desperately hard to see the actual lines that they're playing on. That's that gray line. It's the downside of these multi-purpose fields that some of these teams are forced to play on.
Ledesma's got to go run it down. Throws it in. Good turn.
Ooh,
just
deflection.
Nobody there. That was a good little turn and ball into the box by Costa. That ball gets over to the defense, controlled for a second at least. Oh, he wins it back, and he's going to earn a nasty little challenge there by the SSL man.
That's another opportunity, helped up by the SSL man. No real malice meant, just a clumsy challenge there. But this gives an opportunity here. We'll see who steps up for the attempt. Look again here, and again, it looks like SSL are in pretty good position here to defend, but a poor touch gifts the ball over to Dalton, and then he goes in the challenge and just takes him out there. Just ill done. So now it's a free kick for Dalton. First real scoring opportunity in the match.
And it looks like it's going to be the captain, Jurgen Ramirez, who's going to be over the ball. Hits it with his left.
Oh,
good power.
With a little fire.
Just didn't have the accuracy. That one out. That one making its way on down highway.
Yeah, looks like somebody will get it for us. But yeah, good little sauce on the ball there. Just couldn't get directed on target.
Back underway here, SSL. Going to send it long. Headed forward with possession. SSL got it a little stumbled underneath of his feet as he was being closed down by Dalton. They're going to win possession. It's going to bounce out. Will be a goal kick. Good work by the Dalton man with the challenge.
And I think that's what you're going to see here with SSL. You know, they're going to try to break there, and they're going to use those wings. They have a lot of speed there, and that's something that Dalton could struggle with in defense, with some of that speed. but as long as they stay organized and they are well known for that, they should be able to deal with it. We'll see. Time will tell.
Chris Lopez lays it off. Good ball forward, but that's cut off by SSL. Jurgen Ramirez, who's put in a lot of time on the pitch. Good ball over there to Herrera. He as well has had a lot of time on the pitch this week. That one, SSL wins. That one just taken off of his feet, judo style.
And it gives SSL an opportunity to take a breather and reorganize for their attack.
Right on the edge of center circle. Lift this ball forward. Got past the first line, but not the second of Dalton's defense. It's going to trickle back to halfway. Allows Dalton to get numbers forward. SSL again trying to send it forward. Relying on the long ball early here in the 13th minute. Makes the turn, sends it forward.
SSL looked really lively here. Just pulled down there.
Yeah,
it's going to be
tugged
an
from
easy
behind
foul.
by Herrera. That's an easy foul. But Dalton so far, they've just been staying in those passing lanes of SSL's, not allowing anything to get through of any substance here in the first 14 minutes.
One telling thing, though, early on here, I mean, we're just in the 14th minute, but SSL have had a lot more possession than I would have thought they would have at this time. Dalton likes to start off with possession, even if slowly, to get themselves into the game. And I do wonder, I mean, that game yesterday, I mean, what kind of condition are the Dalton players in after such a hard-fought game yesterday, which they won?
Well, and you can already see a few of the starters from Wednesday night are not out there tonight.
Yeah.
So it looks like some of the shorter end of the bench are getting an opportunity tonight.
And that's the important thing about having a large enough squad to deal with a compact schedule like this. A lot of this is due to the fact that they went so far in the U.S. Open Cup. They had to reschedule a number of games for that.
Ramirez having to get on his horse to win that back for Dalton as SSL was pressuring. Ramirez releases it. Working down that far channel, just not able to get past that speed of SSL. Here's almost a bad giveaway in the box as his first touch really let him down and then took a knock as the Dalton player was challenging him. You can still see that he's favoring that just a wee bit, that ankle.
Yeah, they've had a couple of those now. Just really bad touches that have gifted the possession in dangerous position for Dalton.
Switch of play for Dalton. Ruiz, number 20. That ball gets sent forward. Medina not able to touch it, but it is going to fall to number 19. That should be Andres Perez, excuse me. Ramirez. Herrera comes back, wins it.
Good 1-2
Not
touches
able to
here.
get past that one. Here's a counter for SSL. And again, just a pass. Dalton just are a touch faster than SSL in those channels, Dre.
SSL pretty well organized in defense. It was sort of a contrast to what we saw against FC Birmingham, where they looked a little bit in disarray. But looking good right now.
Long ball. Again, cleared off that back line by Dalton. It'll be a throw for Dalton. 17 minutes in here at Charlie Jordan Field, Shiloh Stadium. 0-0. SSL FC and Dalton United. UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division Fall Action. Week 13 of 14, we'll say. As next week will basically be the makeup for those teams. We still have a few makeup games. The final game of the season will be December 4th right here at Shiloh Stadium. This Dalton United team will come back Wednesday night to take on Kalanji Pro Profile in what very well could be the regular season title.
That's going to be a huge, huge game. And a lot of attention is going to be on that, and a lot at stake there, because that will give them the trophy, but also the first seed, which means they play the 8th seed in the first round of the playoffs and get home field advantage.
8 teams will move into the playoffs. All are already secured. Only a few positions left to be sorted out. Top 4 teams will have home field advantage after the first round. Higher seeds will have home field advantage through, even including the finals. Winner of the playoffs moves on to the national playoffs of the UPSL. An opportunity to take home part of $150,000. Good ball in. Soria controls it. Kalanji Pro Profile being the only team from UPSL Georgia to make it into the Final Four of the national playoffs. They were 3rd a few seasons back in Arizona. Dalton United had a couple opportunities in the national tournament. Fell to Tennessee Tempo a few seasons back. We'll see who can have an opportunity this season. Last season, Kalanji Pro Profile did represent the Georgia Conference, but fell in the first round to Soda City FC, who were the national champions.
Yeah, the other thing to look at here, we talked a lot about the division title here, but another decision that has to be made is who's going to be relegated along with Atlanta City. Of course, we all know Atlanta City are relegated automatically now and are out of the league completely, but there's still a spot left for the relegation spot, and it's going to be between SSL and Albion, but it's SSL that's going to determine who goes down.
That's a solid little shot, but just an easy roller to Soria from Costa. He had a good shot. It just had no power to it.
Yeah, couldn't get anything on it. Easy for the keeper to take. I wouldn't say that Dalton is struggling right now, but they haven't really imposed themselves in this match. SSL have looked good in defense. They have had more of the possession, though.
Well, even Wednesday night, Leno Tinto going up on Dalton 2-0, and it wasn't until late in that match when Dalton finally put some scores on the board and walked away with a draw.
Yeah, and it came a crossbar rebound late on from winning that game after going down 2-0, but it did end a 2-2 draw.
Yeah, Leno Tinto had a lot of opportunities to pull away a victory there last night. Leno Tinto pulling away with a win over Potros FC. Potros winning the regular season in the spring for the first time. Unfortunately, not able to repeat this season
But they are in the playoffs, and they can make some noise. You know, the playoffs is a new season. All 8 teams are going to be able to start from scratch.
We saw, here's a move through, headed into the box, but Soria there to cut that off, not allow Chiksam to put one into the back of the net. Ramirez releases.
A little pressure from SSL.
Lopez going to lay it off to Ramirez. He's going to go back. Back to Lopez. Medina loses possession, but it's going to roll out, be a throw for Dalton. Last fall, the 8th seed ended up winning the ending the playoffs, who took themselves out, gifted themselves relegation this season.
Yeah, it really shows you what can happen in a league like this, because what determines your survival and your progress is what you do with your success. And Atlanta City had all the success in the world by winning the division playoffs that year, got into the national playoffs, but they have regressed ever since then. They did not build on that success to the point now they're no longer part of the UPSL. In fact, were not able to finish the season. So it really shows that, you know, it's an ongoing system that you have to be aware of when you get into a league like this. It's a year-round league. There's a lot of resources you have to have. Ooh, I don't know if that was a shot or a pass.
There's only a few weeks off in both seasons. You get about 3 weeks off between the 2 seasons, and then you're right back at it.
Yeah, some teams are even going to continue to play because we have the regional cup that goes in between seasons, and we'll have it again this season. And the women are actually going to have a regional cup before their season next spring as well. Just kick things off.
Herrera working down this near line, tried to get it past the defense, but not going to be able to do so. Out for a throw for Dalton United. And this is where they would be extremely dangerous. Unfortunately, Saldana not in the lineup tonight. He is the one that's usually.
Yeah, the long throw expert for them.
Not in the coverage today. Soria needs to clear that before some.
Nobody's here, bro.
Oh, that's a big brain play there by the goalkeeper coming out. He anticipated that, but he had to get it right there.
Absolutely, because Psalm was cutting it down. He is offside there. Back on both sides, back and forth. Back underway. Good movement by SSL. Costa releases it. Just enough of a touch. And that's going to roll out, be a throw for SSL. Back underway here as we roll into the 18th minute. Oh, I'm sorry, the 25th minute. I looked over at the scoreboard and it's off again. It
died on us.
I have to get that technician over here again from the other day.
Well, usually we just ask you to wave your magic wand to get things working. Well, we've got the right time on the broadcast.
We have the right time on the broadcast. We're getting about ready to roll into the 26th minute.
SSL playing toe-to-toe right now. I think it's sort of a back and forth, a lot of action in the middle of the field, very little in front of goal for either side.
Yeah, the shots on goal so far have been thin and easily controlled by both keepers.
So much at stake. I mean, the first goal that might go in is going to be huge. Oh, try to get a through ball there, but it's intercepted.
Ramirez able to get that pass over. Comes all the way to the near side here with Lopez. Ramirez is going to try to release Herrera. Herrera is able to control it. He's around the defender, into the box.
He's going to try to cut back.
Does indeed, and that
Oh.
one sent into the rafters.
He was in a good position. He found space there right in the box, but could not get any control on it to keep it down, and it's going to be a goal kick. You see here coming in, good coming off. He tried to cut back in, kind of got caught under his feet, but he found his teammate there in a great position, maybe rushed the shot a little bit, but he couldn't keep it down. But good effort going forward for Dalton. First real good danger for them.
Should have been Perez who attempted that shot. Costa has it. Able to make his way through two men, but that ball was just not with any accuracy at all.
Yeah, they
Allows
can't-
Dalton.
Can't get that service to the front line yet. They've had some decent possession in the middle of the field, but going forward, trying to get to the attackers is kind of failed for SSL so far. Oh, good silky passing from Dalton here.
Over here to Herrera. Gets around
nice
the
move.
defender beautifully into the box. Over on the far side, touched by the defense. And it rolls to Vital, and he's able to control it, rolls it out. Again, that touch let him down, allowed the
again.
Dalton man to take it away. Shot taken. Vital's there.
Wow, good save there. But it's, again, like you say, they're giving it away well too easily in their own defensive areas, and that can come back and bite you.
Just clearing that ball out. Good little head straight into the turf there by Lopez, even though they don't control it. Som now across, but right into Soria's arms.
Game picking up a little pace here from both sides.
29 minutes, still 0-0.
Kind of get the feeling that, you know, the first goal that might come in might be the result of a mistake. There's a lot of stuff going on in front of goal that it's a little unorthodox from both sides.
Just kind of pushed off Ledesma on Medina. Or, I'm sorry, number 4. Gaipia, who pushed off on Medina. Herrera now going through center circle. Herrera is just floating all over the pitch tonight.
He's got a roving kind of position. Wow, he's still holding on to the ball here.
Medina now releases it. Lopez. Ramirez.
Got him.
Right. Beautiful ball to Perez. Across. Cleared off by the defense. Returning defender had to get that one out for SSL.
Yeah, cross not quite accurate enough to get to his teammate there in the middle. The urgency seems to be increasing a little bit with Dalton.
Got 15 minutes ago plus stoppage time.
Miscue pass there.
As of right now, that stoppage time is going to be very minimal, as it's been very few stoppages in play so far. Cut off by Dalton again.
Can't get that service up front.
Ball just kind of hung in the air, allowed Dalton to close the space.
Yeah.
That one doesn't
Gonna go
find the SSL man. He's
Oh,
able to
saved
keep it in, but right back into possession of Dalton. Perez. Receives it back, gives it to Ramirez. He's going to take his time and elects just to give it right back to Perez. Perez just exchanging between certain members of Dalton before giving it to the on-running man, given off to Herrera. Laid off to that far side. Trying to get it back to Herrera. Lifted forward, but nobody there for Dalton United. Goes out for possession of SSL. He's going to throw it out to this near line. Dalton starting to build up possession there, Dre.
Yeah, they're finding their rhythm now, I think, and it's just a matter of getting the connection to their attackers up front, to their forwards up front, and it could get very dangerous for SSL. SSL still trying to do the long ball and the counterattacks down the wings, but they're not really getting the quality and service they need in order to be effective.
Back to that defensive shell. Not the best of passes, but still able to control it. Perez quickly coming over here to Lopez. Medina now. Perez. Cut it over here to Ramirez. He's able to control it, but not able to keep it in. Be a throw. Going to be taken by Leonard. Gilbert Leonard. Able to keep it. Kind of looked like it was in for me.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, it looked very, very close. But we'll trust the AR.
Yeah, he's closer than we are.
He's in a good spot.
We're a few dozen rows up here at Charlie Jordan Field.
Yeah, looking at a very faint gray line from the touch line.
I could huff and puff and go down on the field, but you don't want to see that.
No, we don't.
Lopez, he's offside.
He's off,
Herrera,
yeah.
Good offside trap by SSL's back line.
Couple
here
of steps
in
off.
the 34th minute. Can move forward. How far is the AR going to allow him? Let him go quite forward there. Ledesma. Going to get us back underway here in the 34th minute. Still sitting 0-0 between these two teams. Ledesma is going to be able to control it. Sends it forward. That's a beautiful ball.
Oh, he's there almost. Just a touch in front of him, too far out. Sort of a cross that came out of nowhere. The SSL trying to make themselves a little dangerous as well. We'll take another look at it. And you see, finds a lot of space there, Larry. He comes in and gives enough time to turn in and take that right-footed shot in. And I don't know, the forward could have done a little bit better with connecting there, I think. Very, very close, because if he was able to connect, that could have gone in, Larry.
He had a really good opportunity, just mistimed that little touch. He was just kind of sticking his foot out, which he didn't have to have any power. He just had to place that.
Yeah, just have to redirect it, and it would go right in, because the goalkeeper looks like he was well beaten.
Ramirez tried to release Herrera, but Herrera was not ready for it. Be a throw deep in SSL's half. Vital, he's going to try to send it long. Acrobatic control by SSL. Ledesma now working the near line. His pass gets cut off. Sent into the heavens.
Not there.
Ledesma has to come back Again tries to send it forward. Again cut off. Ramirez. Perez. Tried a beautiful through ball that was just cut off by SSL. Now they send it forward trying to release. Bit of a high boot that he's going to get called there. Some of the SSL players are wondering why, but that boot was
Yeah, I mean,
that was upper chest level.
Yeah. You know, he wasn't trying to. He was trying to control the ball, but you know it's dangerous play anyway. You throw your boot up like that, and leaves the referee no choice. SSL defense has been pretty compact back there. It's just that when they do get a hold of the ball, a little bit shaky on the control and the touch, which is making it kind of a nervy kind of existence back there for SSL. But here's Dalton in a pretty good spot for a long throw here.
Dalton United always been known for these long throws, but Hernan Saldana not in tonight's lineup. Here it comes in, doing his best impression, but not able to do anything with it. The Dalton players wanted a foul there. Again, another high boot, not going to get called. Now SSL trying to counter, able to get around the defensive man, trying to slide it over, cut off. Receives it back into the box. Soria had to get that right, and he did.
Good play from the goalkeeper there. Very dangerous forward play by SSL. Could have gotten ahead on that, and that could have gone in as well. Good play from SSL on the past few minutes. Dalton a little bit on the back foot. But again, like I said, Larry, that's the advantage that SSL have in a game like this, and it might be also compounded by Dalton being a little bit exhausted from the weekend of action, is speed. They have very, very pacey players on the wings, and they're trying to exploit that.
Herrera, he gets an opportunity down this near wing. Into the box, takes the shot himself, right into the arms of Vital.
Had a little pepper on that shot.
That one's deflected, but it goes right back to SSL almost immediately. Rolling into the 40th minute. It's been pretty back and forth these first 40 minutes.
I mean, I think overall, Larry, it's been pretty even so far in this match.
Yeah, definitely have to agree. Almost into the trash can.
I think even the mistakes that are being made are sort of equal on both sides. Some of the poor touches.
Medina has it. Ramirez tries to release it to Herrera. He does. Straight up in the air. Vital is able to clear it.
Good opportunity from Dalton there. Just could
still have a chance. Ruiz. That one into the box, and it's going to be knocked out. Will be a corner.
Came off the SSL players, it appears. Opportunity here as we get close to the halftime break. 41st minute.
See, as this ball got forward, and just kind of out of nothing did Herrera. Perez going to do the work over there with the in-swinger.
Oh, good delivery.
Ruiz in the back of the net. Goal for Dalton United, and that's what we said, a little bit out of nothing.
Oh, and who reacted the quickest? It was Dalton United. No one else moved when that ricochet came through. And he was rewarded with an unfeathered shot there. You see it comes in. Headed up. Comes in for it. SSL unable to collapse on it quick enough. Gets it past. And a good delivery for the goal for Dalton United. And just a perfect timing right before the halftime whistle.
Well, and you just saw the players for SSL just stoic, standing in their spots.
Slow to respond. They were sort of reactionary. By the time that they saw what was happening, they were a step behind getting to the ball. But the Dalton forward was able to collapse onto it and accurately put it on to give them the 1-0 lead here. So close to halftime. Now it's hashtag response time for SSL.
And that was
good pass. But he's off.
Offside.
Just a step off. Didn't time it quite right. Good idea, though.
That goal coming in the 42nd minute should be number 20, Jose Ruiz.
Excellent stuff. I mean, the way SSL is playing, though, I mean, this game is far from certain for Dalton. SSL has played, like I said, very well in the last couple of weeks against decent opposition.
Win it back. Costa's pass not on the mark, but it still finds its way to a teammate. That ball too slow, allows Ruiz to run it down. Right at the edge of the box, turns around, lays it off. As the same
got space down
by
in his
Ramirez. Makes it all the way over here to the near side.
Oh, good clearance.
Cleared by SSL. Not the best control, but SSL can't touch it either. It allows Dalton to attack again. That one's going to bounce off his own man.
Player, yeah. A little disarray going on from both sides right now.
SSL
sort of the name of the game right now.
Trying to do something.
Good move there.
Good ball.
Good cross.
But Ramirez able to control it out. Just heads it forward. Herrera. Acres of space to move forward if he wants it.
You're not closing him down. He's going to have a little space to do something.
Ledesma gives him 40 yards to shot.
Oh, good one. Good opportunity.
Right to Vital.
Yeah, that was a weird one because SSL, they've been pretty stoic in defense, but they laid off of the attacker there, allowed them free reign up into the attacking third there. And Dalton were able to get off a decent shot, but right at the goalkeeper. Foul.
And that's right at the edge of the center circle. Gives SSL a moment to catch their breath as we're entering stoppage time. We'll see what the center official, or I should say the fourth official, is going to pop up on the board.
Yeah, he's got the board in his hand. We'll see in just a moment. I imagine we'll see 1 minute of stoppage time on that board.
Maximum 2.
Yeah. No real stoppages to speak of.
Minus
Did have
the
the goal scored.
Herrera is trying to get around Ledesma. Tries a little bit of a stop and go turn, not able to do so. Has to go back to Lopez. Lopez's pass is cut off.
Yeah, a little weak on the pass, but another weak pass.
The return pass is cut off by Lopez.
Oh, they just
both teams sharing
not there.
The cuts. Here's an opportunity. Wide open space for SSL. Takes a shot. Great save by Soria.
Good save, corner.
But it will be a corner.
I didn't see the stoppage time put up. I think he showed it while we were attacking here. Oh, yeah, down the right side. He got behind the defense again. That's their their strength, SSL's, that speed down the wings.
Here comes the in-swinger. Deflected by
Ricochet.
Dalton. Bit of a bicycle clearance. Back in and over the bar.
And that's going to do it.
Indeed, that will do it for the first 45 as Dalton United coming on late to make it 1-0. Dalton United over SSL. Really equal campaign between both teams.
I would say so.
I'd say Dalton just utilized their opportunities.
Yeah, I mean they got it in. A lot of mistakes being made by both sides, and very few real attempts on goal. But really, even from going back and forth, a lot of action in the middle of the field, a lot of errant passes from both sides. So it's wide open, really, in the second half. And as we saw, SSL is getting forward. They're getting behind the Dalton back line. They just haven't been able to finish or get service to that front line for them.
Well, that'll do it for the first 45. We'll step away. Few minutes, come back, give you the second 45 here at Charlie Jordan Field. As it stands right now, Dalton United 1, SSL FC 0. Welcome back to Charlie Jordan Field here at Shiloh High School, Snellville, Georgia, for this UPSL Georgia Conference Premier Division action. Dalton United 1, SSL FC 0. Larry Weaver alongside Andre Bomar. Take a look at the fixtures from Week 13. You'll see that FC Atlanta losing to North Georgia United 6-2. Vino Tinto with a great comeback victory over Potros 2-1. Georgia Revolution losing to Dalton United last night 1-0. Kalanji with that just picture-perfect performance last night against Fountain City 6-0. UMA winning on the road 2-1 to Albion. And Georgia Athletic with a final win over FC Birmingham 1-0. Today's match is the only match for this last of Week 13. Then we talk about where we have the rest of the season, Dre. So on Saturday, next Saturday, Georgia Revolution play SSL at 5. On Sunday, UMA play Kalanji at 4. And then December 4th, Kalanji takes on Dalton United, which very well could be the season title for this fall season.
Yeah, all three of those games very, very vital to the division title and also the relegation race there and struggle, those two teams. That Albion loss is huge because that puts the incentive for SSL to get a result tonight and then their game against Georgia Revolution. Our
center official, you see there, getting his calisthenics in as the temperature has begun to fall here Sunday night. 63 degrees is where we are at. We're underway here for the second 45. Thank you for coming along with us here on ASMG TV. Don't forget, if you like what we do, do not forget to like and subscribe, as we always put out wonderful content, including interviews, podcasts, highlights, all that good stuff.
Feature rich here at the ASMG. And
Goals of the week.
Ooh.
There's an interesting opportunity, that ball over the bar.
Kind of an awkward ball there for the goalkeeper. He was kind of stepping back. It could have dipped down, but it goes over the bar. But, you know, this game is far from safe for Dalton United. They got the slim 1-0 lead, and SSL have looked pretty lively in attack when they have been able to get forward, especially down the wings with the speed they have. Is sort of a challenge for the Dalton United team here. So it'll be interesting to see what develops early on in the second half. Is SSL going to continue to threaten, or will Dalton try to put their authority on the match?
Dalton United with control. Going to try to use that far line, but it rolls out. Will be a throw for SSL.
This final 45 is going to be a little bit more tense as the time goes on because both teams need points. And one goal is very, very thin. One mistake and it could be going the other way. Ooh. Like almost there.
Medina trying to pressure Vital. He's able to release it. Ramirez, he was wanting the SSL man to release it so that he could make a straight run for the goal. That one deflected off the Dalton man, but still able to get there well before SSL and receives a foul.
He anticipated the contact there, was able to go down with the contact. Got the called foul. Smart play by the defender.
Absolutely. Take a look at the goals when you look at Dalton United as well as Kalanji Pro Profile. So far, Dalton United on the season have scored 34 goals, including tonight's goal. Kalanji Pro Profile are at 41. So
a lot of goals for these guys.
A lot of goals to make up for Dalton United.
Yeah. I think don't think there's really going to be a way to catch up on the goals scored.
Georgia Revolution, they ended the season on 32.
Yeah, another thing that we're going to be looking at in these closing games from a Kalanji point of view is the Golden Boot race. Right now, as we see if they can wrestle themselves through, it's going to be a foul there. But right now, Mark Bonneau with Portros and Emmanuel Lom here, tied on 15 goals each. But if you notice, now Tristan Shiloh, he's played his last regular season game. He's stuck on 11. Anthony Sumo is on 11, but he has 2 games to play. And he theoretically could catch up to those 15. So
Yeah,
we could have a 3-way tie theoretically.
Theoretically, yeah. You have those top 3 guys have all played the full season, and Sumo 4 goals back with 2 games to go, and he's just chomping at the bit.
Yeah, if he can score 2 goals per game, he's going to tie.
And he's already won the Golden Boot in seasons past. No foul committed there by SSL. Trying to do something. That ball's knocked out. Will be a throw. Back underway, SSL. Into the box. Ooh, nice shot.
Good shot, yeah. Got it down on frame.
It's one of those where, was it a pass or was it a shot? That looked more like a shot.
Yeah, he'll tell you it was a shot.
And there's a little bit of a slowness there from the Dalton man. Still win the throw.
SSL looking like they want to press a little bit, try to force Dalton into a mistake.
And SSL right now in the first 5 minutes of the second half look a little bit more lively.
Yeah, Dalton's going to have to be very careful. I know they have the 1-goal lead, but
that one's going to bounce off.
If they don't impose themselves a little bit more, they could see themselves drawn back with a goal from SSL.
Long throw, controlled by Herrera, able to keep it in. Lets it off, lets Ramirez have it. Finally sent forward by Dalton. Ruiz not able to make it around Ledesma. And SSL go back to the defense. Going to send it long. Able to chest it down.
Nicely done.
Sends it into the box. Pushed away by Dalton and cleared. Herrera has 2 men on him, trying to release it to Medina. Medina's just got enough of it to control it, but he is sandwiched like a peanut butter and jelly.
New York pastrami.
Released by Dalton, able to control it. Ruiz, but Ledesma tracks back, wins the foul.
Well, the pace is still high in this match, and you wonder, Dalton, second game in as many days, and will it cost them in the end? So
absolutely.
Plus, they don't have a lot of their regular first-team players.
That one is hit with some gusto, and his out will be a throw for Dalton. We talked about the sandwich, and it always reminds me of that conversation that we had with Coach Goldfarb from FC Birmingham seasons back.
Yeah, you're bringing back memories now.
He said that this game is just like peanut butter and jelly on white bread with a glass of milk.
It's a simple, simple game. Theoretically. Oh, gutsy tackle.
Good tackle. And he goes down for his troubles on that tackle.
Yeah, I think the referee delayed, looking for maybe an advantage, but it didn't develop.
He's up and moving. Allows Jurgen Ramirez, the captain, to get Dalton back underway in the center circle here in the 53rd minute. He's just going to give it right back.
Yeah, maintain control.
Into the box, just nobody there for Dalton.
Oh,
receive
poor
a second
clearance,
chance. Herrera! Great save
what
by
a
Vitale.
save.
He had to get that one right because Herrera had acres of space.
Oh, man, and what a horrifically bad clearance there. Gifted it right to Dalton. And a very, very good shot. He curled it there, just bested by a very good goalkeeping save there. There he goes, slides it off, and Frank Herrera curls it. Great save from SSL.
Here comes the in-swinger. Headed away by SSL, but right back and deflected by the SSL man on Ramirez, but somehow it stays in. And SSL get out of a jam and send it to open space. Ruiz trying to hold him off.
Boy, he's able to keep it in. I wasn't
I'm sorry,
thinking.
that was Perez, excuse me, Perez. Win it back, SSL does. Goes down, no foul.
Wow,
Center official is letting this game go.
And I like it. Let him play.
Feels like the olden days for us.
I'm old school.
Herrera. Just don't want it to get out of hand. Let him play.
It's
Just
not
don't
out of
let
hand.
Don't let him. Ooh, that
Play
was
with
a
good
good ball
spirit.
from Medina, but
Oh.
just not able to get a control touch on it was number 19, Andres Perez.
I will say that the play is unruly right now. There's a lot of
A lot of wide open tackles.
a lot of
like
mistakes.
that.
A lot of mistakes, bad touches. Here's a bad foul here. Referee is getting a little put out by that
what you
continuing
do
play.
is if you just run 30 yards away with the ball, he's not going to give a foul.
Yeah. And he's going to have a little word with him now.
He's like, you heard me blow the whistle. Come on. The Dalton man is still down over there. That is number 6.
Yeah, I can hear Coach Bruno Kalanji all the way up here. And it's a knee, and he doesn't look very comfortable at all, the trainers out there. One can hope it's not too bad. Never like to see a player holding his knee like that.
The last time that we had a roster from Dalton, number 6 was Yancel Flores. I don't know if that is who that is. He looks
in bad shape
in
here.
A lot of pain.
Very uncomfortable.
It was kind of off of the ball, so we don't have a replay for it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes on this turf you can plant your foot and turn, and it can do some damaging things to your knee. Hopefully it's just a twist, a little bit.
Good to see the trainer.
Right, yeah, for SSL out there, and you just hope it's a knock. Let's see if he looks like he's going to try to get up here.
Yeah, you have to also look like we were talking about right at the beginning of this half. It's 57 degrees with an 8-mile-an-hour wind. So,
yeah, his day might be over. Hopefully it's not too bad here. He's looking very gingerly on it, though. Yeah.
And I can't tell if it was right below the knee on the top of the shin.
Yeah. I'm not going to speculate.
But he's going to go down.
Yeah, he's going to be done.
Automatically, you're seeing a substitution ready to go for. He's just coming on screen right now.
I don't want to speculate on that type of injury.
We'll talk to Coach Kiko after this in a day or two and see what's going. How the player is. And it is going to be number 3 who's going to come on for.
And we're back at it. Plenty of time for both sides to
be a throw for Dalton.
Looking for an advantage one way or another, these teams. Dalton United chasing a division title, SSL chasing survival.
Number 3 should be Juarez. Long throw. Nice little
back
flick.
heel. Oh, he couldn't get turned.
Second.
Blocked and cleared. Ooh.
That had an opportunity. Here's an opportunity with that header. Got the speed. SSL. Little too far in front of him.
Touch
His
at the last
touch
minute.
lets him down.
Oh.
He had everything to do that and put SSL on the board, and his own touch lets him down.
Oh, that was it. That was the chance. Had the defender beaten. That last touch was too far out. Gave it to the goalkeeper.
That's one of those that you will think about for days.
Oh, yeah. He got a lot of – I'm sure the adrenaline was flowing there. Little too much on that tap for the last minute.
He just put it too far in front of him. That I believe that was Chick Som. Lose it in the midfield. Jurgen Ramirez, the captain.
Oh, nice
Beautiful
ball.
release to Frank Herrera. He's going to hit it with his left,
Oh.
but it's just not in the right angle. Rolls out for a goal kick.
Dragged it a little far to the right. It looks like he mishit it just slightly enough to – it avoided the goalkeeper, but it also avoided the goal, so it'll be a goal kick.
I'm still watching with my side eye the trainer working on Flores, if that's who that was, number 6. SSL trying to move forward, cut off,
Oh,
still
fought off.
was fouled. The Dalton man.
I don't know. It looked like a 50-50, but, you know,
Yeah,
there was sort of grabbing and pushing between the two.
I'm not. One thing is, I'm definitely not certain who is playing in that Dalton number 7, because that number is primarily for Cholo, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that that is not Ezekiel Hernandez.
Yeah, Cholo has a very distinct look.
Yes, exactly.
Even
He's
from
got a
up
very
here.
distinctive look, and that's not Cholo.
Well, I tell you what, they could use Cholo today.
Yeah.
Oh, he threw it way back here.
Number 6 has finally made it back to the bench and is sitting.
I wish him a quick recovery, whatever the situation is.
A little bit of a flick, still in control, Soria.
Oh, too dramatic, man.
Not going
Too
to win.
dramatic.
We got the replay, and Som made a meal of that.
Yeah, that's the definition of a dive right there.
He made.
You know, he could have maybe gotten an opinion from the referee if he didn't throw his arms up and jump up in the air.
Herrera, and a yellow card is going to be
Dissent.
issued. I believe that has
Dissent.
to be dissent.
Yeah, and it's foolish because obviously even with the contact there, it was so dramatic that it looked like a dive.
And that, go all the way back and watch. You see this ball coming forward, Dre.
Yep. There he goes. Has a chance. Jumps up in the air and just flops down. And then looks back for the referee. It's just a bad look.
He knows that Soria has to go for the ball, so he just dives
up in
over
the air.
Soria and expects to get a call.
Yeah, and I would not have been surprised if he had gotten a yellow for simulation.
And Gilbert Leonard ends up getting himself a yellow card just because he's mad that they weren't gifted a penalty there. Meanwhile, Dalton trying to put the pressure on SSL. They get the ball.
Oh,
now
he's
here's
back
another
there again.
opportunity for Som. This time Soria clears it.
Soria has done a great job of anticipating those balls that are coming through. They're getting back behind those back line of Dalton,
And
but the goalkeeper's really filling in quite well.
And Soria not getting a lot of opportunities this season because John Geardes has that primary responsibility. But he played last night, so got to give him a breather.
Yeah, so many games that mean so much. You know, like I said, the size of your squad makes a difference.
And there's just so many matches to be played here in the UPSL.
Oh, nicely done. Is he
Beautiful.
on?
Hits
he's off.
it. He's offside.
I thought he was about a step off. Nice
he-
opportunity. He tried to thread it through, just couldn't keep himself on side.
You know, we were talking about it earlier and even off air. When you talk about the UPSL with the spring and the fall seasons, you only have, most teams only have 2, maybe 3 weeks off in between seasons, and they could be playing exhibition matches. They could be playing
Regional Cup
matches.
Well, that's the thing
Desma's going to clear it.
thing about developmental levels like this one is you always want to be playing because you're trying to attract the attention of scouts and coaches all around the country and all around the world. You had to think
Cleared
fast.
away by Soria.
Safety first.
And that's why the UPSL is so important, because for the longest time you have this development in U.S. soccer where the idea is, if I want to be seen, I need to go over and play in some tournament or some cup overseas so that some scout can see me, whereas right here in the UPSL you can play live at your home, you're streamed online, and those scouts can watch you right now.
Yeah, we've had, in recent weeks we've even had fans from Ghana, Italy, England watching the games here.
Still in a chance, cleared out, will be a corner.
So you know that coaches and scouts are watching. We get phone calls and letters all the time, emails from coaches and scouts all the time asking about specific players that they've seen on the broadcast. So, you know, it's an opportunity for these guys to be in a shop window.
Going to be an outswinger. Good ball.
Ooh,
right
good
into
ball.
Soria's arms.
Yeah.
It was hit line drive.
Sorio's been man of the match for Dalton so far. Keeping that clean sheet.
Goal coming in the 42nd minute by number 20, Jose Ruiz for Dalton United. That one just stepped in front of that pass and tackled, took it away.
Space.
Lifted,
Nice ball in.
headed, but right
Too weak.
into Soria's grasp. Like, I have to agree with you, Dre. Soria has definitely shown to be the man of the match so far.
I think he's the difference in the match, really.
Gets around the attack of SSL,
Yeah,
and
it's gonna
then
be a
is
foul.
just pushed down. Quickly back underway. Herrera not able to control it. SSL get it back, but he's going to challenge. Take it
Oh,
right off of
Rob.
SSL. Gives it right back, though. Vital's got to clear it. It'll be a throw.
Yeah, safety for us. That's not doing too much. Dalton will be happy with that. More seconds off the clock. Goes out for their throw in an attacking profile here.
Not to be outdone by Soria. Vital for SSL has had a good game.
Yeah, he has had a good game
He's had
as well.
some good saves. Just that one deflected pass where his defenders just stonewalled him.
Yeah,
allowed that ball.
his defenders let him down on that too. So not particularly his fault.
Foul, not called.
Not called. That looked like a foul. We'll play on, and we will play on here.
Turn.
SSL with a chance to break.
Through the center circle. Have
He's gonna
numbers
stay
forward.
onside.
Ledesma's not going to get there. To be knocked out will be a throw.
Did a good job staying on side there. He was even with the last defender there.
Back underway. Lifted.
Good ball in.
Psalm heads it. Just doesn't get anything on it. Allows Soria time to get there and to control it.
It's a tense time, Larry. I mean, these balls that are coming in, they mean a lot because if the ball goes into the goal, it's a brand new game, but it's also a brand new situation for the title race as well as for the relegation fight.
Yeah, because you gotta think that if Dalton United cannot see this out, they run the risk of not having a chance for the title.
Yeah, it could give because Kalanji actually have the slight advantage because of the having the point ahead of them on the same number of games. So if they went out, of course, then and compounded by the fact that they play each other the last game of the season, Dalton and Kalanji.
And
This is a vital, vital game.
Over here to the near side, not able to control it. Is he able to keep it in? Barely.
Barely, yeah, right
But
on the
SSL
line.
release it. It makes it
Whoa.
through. Psalm's got space. Dalton had to recover there.
Dangerous,
Between
dangerous.
Ruiz and Ramirez, they almost let Psalm have an opportunity to make up for that mistake earlier.
Yeah, Chickasam's been a predatory up there in the front, looking for a way through.
But Dalton last night broke the hearts of Georgia Revolution as they were undefeated.
Yeah, they lost. Yeah, first time they've lost.
Shot right into
hot
Vital.
shot.
He got it.
Almost too hot to handle, but he does.
Yeah, they were really good. They looked good all season, Georgia Revolution. And to lose just 1-0 to Dalton United.
Same scoreline as we have here. Deflected.
Deflected. Controlled
Kept it
by
in.
Vital. It's bouncing around. Space battle between the two men, SSL and Kalanji. SSL and Dalton, excuse me. SSL coming away with it for a second. Dalton get it up to Herrera, but Herrera just not able to control it.
Got a sub coming on.
Finally,
for
here
Bolton.
comes the substitution. It's going to be the end of the day for Ruiz. That should be Valenciano who's going to be coming on. Valenciano, one of those key veterans for Dalton United.
Yeah, it's a good time for him to come on and kind of impose himself in that back line a little bit. Defensive mid.
Kind of
Gets
take over,
forward a lot.
almost a stopper.
Yeah, and he gets forward a lot, much like a Franz Beckenbauer kind of action that he plays.
Herrera passes it to Medina.
Oh, good
Releases
ball.
it to Ramirez, which was absolutely exquisite. He gets it past. Oh, the post. Ramirez could have made it 2-0.
Was he too casual with that?
Herrera rips it right into Vital.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Should be 2-0, Larry.
Should be 2-0.
Should be 2-0.
That ball was absolutely exquisite.
Oh,
Tackled.
pushes it out. Goal kick. I get a chance now to look at this again. What a goal. That through ball was just perfect. The run was perfect. Beat the offside trap. And he gets it with the inside of his left foot. Tries to pass it past the goalkeeper. Got nothing on it. Got it past the goalkeeper, though, but it's not on target.
Into the box. Across Soria right there as Sam was on the back post.
Soria comes through again.
That would be just the nature of this wild game where you would have almost to go up 2-0 and it end up be 1-1 with Sam right there. But Herrera deflected, still with possession, lays it off to Medina. Back to Herrera. Shot. What a save by Vital.
Great save.
He has made some really good saves tonight.
I tell you what, this has been a star for both of these goalkeepers tonight. They've kept this game close by making some fantastic saves. And just overall decisions. Nice little chance here. Long range shot from 20 yards out, 15 yards out. One-handed touch over the bar, and it needed touching.
Ramirez getting ready for the in-swinger. Captain. Sent long. And over and out will be a goal kick. That one just a little too much on it.
Yeah, kind of a waste there. Dalton, you wonder, the chances they've had here in the last few minutes, will they pay for that? Those missed chances, because SSL looked very capable of scoring.
Holding up play. Lays it off for the on-running Ledesma. This is really, and it just comes because of all these matches. This is really probably, I have to say, it's the weakest that Dalton has looked in a while. There's a mistake in the back of the net, almost on time. It's in.
Oh, man, you thought it was going to take too much time.
Perfect time in saying that Dalton looked as weak as they've seen in a while with so many games to have to make up.
Just
and right
as you
there,
said it. Again, and off another mistake, a mistouch. And, oh, man, and you thought, though, as he got around the goalkeeper, he kind of lost control of the ball, went a little wide, and you thought, oh, no, he's lost the incentive here. But he was able to turn back and put it right on frame there. I mean, you can see even in the crowd, they were getting up, and then they were silent for a second. It's like, oh, man, is he going to miss this chance? But now it's 1-1, Larry. Brand new game. And what a twist in the division title as well as for the relegation race.
And, we were just talking about it. Jurgen had the opportunity to go up 2-0. Now we're 1-1.
This would probably, even if it's a draw, this would be one of the upsets of the season if it stays this way. But, man, there's a lot of football left.
SSL feeling it now.
Nice ball.
Good ball to Ledesma. He catches up into the box, but Soria's there.
Wow, what a turn of events here. Going out, it looks like we're going to get another Dalton substitution.
Going to be the end of the day for number 3 for Dalton.
And Larry, I mean, it really was coming. I think the way SSL has been getting forward, they're getting behind the Dalton defenders on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And Dalton has struggled to keep them at bay. It's only the final ball that has failed SSL up into the goal.
And that's number 18, Villalobos, who's coming in. So you're seeing those veterans starting to come off the bench for Dalton to try to see if they can hold and somehow get back in as we're in the 77th minute.
Well, at least we forget it on another ASMG broadcast when they were down 2-0 against Vinotinto, came back and drew.
And that was an absolute just superstar match. It was everything that a summer blockbuster would be. It was battle back and forth between both teams, and it was finally late when Dalton United just poured it on. Could they do the same tonight? Cleared out by Dalton.
Yeah, time could become a factor here. And at least we forget SSL have been playing in such a way they could really score another. Here they come again.
Turns it, but not able to control it. It's going to go back to Soria. Soria releases headed. And the captain is able to control it for Dalton. Works around that foul. Sent forward. Villalobos. Got to think about these. Here's an opportunity for SSL. Good ball to Psalm. He's onside, but he can't control it. But think about some of these players, Dre, that have been on the bench coming in late.
Yeah.
And they've been sitting on that cold bench.
Yeah, SSL is arguing about the contact there. That's not a foul, though.
That wasn't a
just
foul because
yeah.
Sam was behind the ball, and it ended up hurting himself.
Yeah, and he lost control on his own.
But it's going to take some of these players like Villalobos. It's going to take them 5, maybe 10 minutes to get up to warmth and at the level of this match. And is there enough time left to come out with a game winner? Another substitution coming on, this time for SSL.
I guess that's 6.
I guess it's a little backwards.
You're not looking at a mirror, folks. I think that's just
indeed. It'll be number 6 coming
and number
off.
18.
Dundrade, he's going to be replaced by number 18. And this, I hate it because I'm going to look silly.
Go for it, man.
Atenga Teka.
I'll buy it.
I'll take it. Here's an opportunity for Medina. Lays it off. He's
off. Oh, no.
He should have just taken it himself.
He
elected to lay it off.
I mean, it's not a bad decision, but it's just that he was kind of standing in an offside position. He would have buried it, but unfortunately, flag went up.
Ledesma sends it long, but that first touch lets the SSL man down. Too far forward, allows Vital to control it. And that's really the separation of the levels of this game, Dre, and it's the first touch.
I'll tell you another thing that's made this an exciting game is just the structure of the UPSL with promotion and relegation and, you know, fights at the top of the table, the mid-table for playoff places, and then a relegation fight. This has done that. And right now, SSL are right where they want to be. They need at least a point out of this game really to make it good for them going into their last game, because then they'll only need a draw to survive.
And it means 100 for them with that. Now, they got a big one.
Yeah, it is against Georgia Revolution, though.
It's against Georgia Revolution.
Yeah. Things are getting a little hot down there, a little emotional. So much at stake. Dalton need to win. Draw is not really great for them. It's not, it's not a death knell or anything, but.
Yeah, and I think I said it incorrectly a few minutes ago, saying it was Georgia. That loss was Georgia Revolution's last of the season. They have that one more next Saturday against this SSL team. But if SSL can go into that match only needing 1 point to get out of relegation.
Yeah, and they, like I say, they've played Portos very tough. FC Birmingham played them tough. They're playing teams closely. So it could happen.
Herrera takes a shot.
Good.
Right into Vital.
Yeah, Vital had to be very careful there. Had sure hands.
Good release. Sam recovers it. The pass wasn't perfect, but it's back to Sam. He's in space. Hits it, and it hits the outside of the post, and it will be a substitution.
Oh, man. You know what, too? Here's the thing, Larry. If SSL can win this game, they're safe with a game to spare.
Absolutely.
Because that'll give them 3 points. They only need 2 to put Albion down. And there we go. Yeah, he's got his space. I don't know. Maybe he thought a little too much. It's like he was, should I go across the face of goal? Should I go near post? And he just couldn't get the quality on the play, but here they are.
Number 2 came off for Dalton United, was replaced by 25.
Yeah, the only win that SSL had this season was the forfeit win against Atlanta City. Again, that was a vital thing for them in this relegation race. And unfortunately, Atlanta City's actions have really affected so much as far as this competition this season in a negative way.
That ball bouncing around. Soria is going to be able to get there. Sent long into the arms of Soria. And he gets us back underway quickly here in the 84th minute. Going to send it long to Herrera. Controls it. He's on, but he's not able to.
Defending. Kicked away by the defender for SSL. Great stuff from him.
Beautiful end-to-end action right now. Both teams are feeling very lively. Medina lays it off. Herrera.
Oh, bad pass behind him. Gives SSL a chance to break. They're going to take it slow, though.
Ledesma moving forward. Loses it. And they give it right back to him for a throw. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Currently 1-1 between Dalton United and SSL. Can someone find a winner? Or does Dalton make the trip back up to 75 after an exhausting week? A win and potentially 2 draws.
Oh,
here's an opportunity.
Ooh.
Defense had to get that cleared out, able to do so. But give it right back. Lots of space for Dalton to work. That pass a little slow, but he's able to hold off the SSL man. Over here to Herrera, but he's offsides.
Yep, straight off. Dalton running out of time here.
Taken quickly. Able to keep it in. Herrera. Medina now. Releases it. Into the box. And Vital is there. Defense helped out Vital in that critical opportunity. Now on the counter, SSL hit the brakes. Come centrally, stop, turn.
Got a man free on that right side. He wants them to go forward. Takes a long range shot.
Oh
my gosh!
With the
look at that
makeup.
Look
He's
at
called
that.
offsides. He's called offsides.
Oh, is he offside? Flag is up.
The AR on this side called offsides.
Let's see what's happening here. Center ref's going over to talk to him.
He's called offsides.
We'll have to take a look at that. I don't know. It could be because he was reacting to a ricochet. The ball's going back in play here.
We have the replay.
We'll take a look at the replay.
Stepped in front of that pass to Herrera. And down, it's a foul.
Oh, what a decision there.
Take a look at it.
Here we go. Okay, so the ball is going to come in. He is off. He is off. He strayed in after the shot behind the defender there.
But to SSL's credit, what the question is, because Soria touched the ball, is he still considered offsides?
Well, in the referee's opinion, yes. That's what counts here.
Yes.
And they did discuss it. That's the thing. You know, the center ref came over, and he probably asked him that question.
Yes.
But, you know, just looking at it, he looked well offside. I mean, it was a dramatic turn of events there. You know, I thought, whoa, what a goal that would have been.
And that would have
everything, to relegation, to the division title, everything.
Cleared. Here's an opportunity again. Sam trying to get there.
Ooh, boy, that's a gutsy back pass.
Had to get that right. Sam trying to be the spoiler. Again, we have to go back to that opportunity by Jurgen Ramirez that hit the post for Dalton.
We're in the 89th minute here.
Good tackle.
Oh, my gosh.
He's onside.
They're going to try to counter.
Tackled
foul.
and foul by the captain, Ramirez.
Kicked away. That's going to be a
and
yellow.
it's going to be a yellow for that.
Yeah, it's going to add more time to extra time, surely.
We're in the 89th minute. Center official and the fourth official, I think, were having a conversation as they were very close to each other about what will be the stoppage
I can't
time.
wait to see that sign because that's going to mean a lot in this game. The extra time added.
2 SSL men over the ball. Ledesma walks away. This one's going to be put into the danger zone. Straight up. Herrera heads it right back to Soria. Headed back into play. SSL are feeling very confident. Foul committed. This is given an opportunity. What's that board going to say? Quickly taken.
Shot! Dalton napping.
Oh, Soria lost
he
it.
spilled it. It's going to be a corner.
Spilled into the goal. Will be a corner.
That could have rolled into the goal.
It's going to be an outswinger. Here it comes. Line drive. Deflected,
Deflection.
but right into Soria's hands.
That took the sting off of it. The deflection did. Made it
2
easy
minutes.
for
2 minutes of stoppage time.
2 minutes. There we go.
Dalton need to hold on.
They need this point to have any shot at the division title now.
Straight up into the air. That one is going to be a Dalton throw. Indeed, it will be.
Oh, boy, the drama now.
Long throw. Controlled by SSL for a second. Herrera.
Oh, hacked
Tackled.
down. Bad tackle. Oh,
No foul.
he's going to go. He
No
said he's got the
foul.
ball. It looked a little suspect, though, from behind like that.
But that pass gets cut off. Win it back, though.
Oh,
Pass
nice and
between
threaded
2
in.
men, but he can't control it.
Dalton desperate to clear.
Medina.
He's on. He's on. Couldn't get behind. SSL getting.
Got a man on both sides of him. Doesn't get that pass right. That'll be deflected off. Will be a throw for Dalton United. Here, 1 minute down, 1 minute to go.
Less than a minute to go, unless the referee decides to add a little bit more.
Getting ready, long throw. Bouncing through. Vital is there. Vital trying to get it to Sam as he's in acres of space. Receives it. Ramirez just able to get a touch on him to slow him down, and it's going to roll back to Soria. Good work by the captain of Dalton United to hold off Chick Sam, as he has been on a track meet for the last 45 minutes.
Dalton with an opportunity here. Desperate seconds left.
Herrera holds it up, crosses it over to Medina. Medina shoulders that down, and he's going to be called for it because that was on the top part of his shoulder. Going to try to call it a handball because he lifted up to control it.
All right, the 2 minutes have expired now, so it's going to be very little. We got referee going to the sideline here.
He's going to give Coach Kiko a yellow card for that descent on that handball.
I mean, Dalton needs to be counting their blessings because of the disallowed goal, to be honest.
Long ball, headed, almost cleared by Dalton. Got to go back to Ledesma. He's able to get around the first man. Not able to get around the second man, but still under control. Ledesma turns. Sends it to Sam in the middle, but Sam is held by 2 men. Cleared out for a second from Dalton. Back. Lifted forward. Nobody there, and it's going to roll out. Will be a goal kick, and that is going to do it.
And that, what a game. What a game. I tell you what, Larry, SSL did themselves quite a bit of a favor in the relegation fight. It gives them a great opportunity to save themselves with their game remaining against Georgia Revolution. Dalton United gives a point, which is going to be an important point when you consider what the game's left off, because they do play Kalanji per profile. No matter what happens in the second and Kalanji's game between with UMA, it still gives them an opportunity with the games left to do something.
Because if
they drop.
As it stands right now, both of them will be on 12 points, or 12 games. Well, let me catch up. Dalton United has 12 games. They're at 30 points. They're tied at 30 points. Kalanji still has 2 games. They still have UMA, and then they have Dalton United.
Right.
We take a look at what is left fixtures-wise. Georgia Revolution play SSL next Saturday.
SSL only need a point to survive.
Only need a point to stay out of the relegation zone. UMA plays Kalanji next Sunday down in LaGrange at Callaway Stadium. And then next on December 4th, Wednesday, Kalanji Pro Profile, Dalton United here at Charlie Jordan Field. Right now, as it stands, it's all Kalanji.
It's in Kalanji's hands.
Yeah. If they defeat UMA, then they'll be up on Dalton United by 3 points and only need a draw or a defeat that is not high on the goal differential, because as it stands right now, we look at the standings. Dalton United have scored 33 goals. Kalanji Pro Profile have scored 35 goals.
It's neck and neck. A lot may depend on this next game with Kalanji Pro Profile and UMA. That's going to determine a lot. UMA, wow. I mean, if they get a result against Kalanji,
and they have some of their talent back from college, and this is UMA's basically swan song for the fall season. They're out of the playoffs. They've survived. They will play in the Premier Division back in the spring. So for them, this is their basically.
Yeah, they're getting back to their first team.
Season.
Getting back to their first team players, and
yeah.
The only question I have about that is, they're coming back into the team. They're not gelled yet. So and the way that Kalanji has been playing, they've been irresistible the last couple of weeks. 11 goals in 2 games, and they look unbeatable right now. But yeah, this result was tough on Dalton. Not a disaster, because they're still within range with the game left to play against Kalanji Pro Profile, but they're going to be watching the UMA game.
And both teams had really good chances that they weren't able to complete.
Not having all their best players start, their front line, their first team players start, just because they couldn't. It's tough to play, a vital game like this in such a quick turnaround.
Absolutely.
So now they're going to have a little bit of a rest. They got a week and a half before they play Kalanji Pro Profile, so they should be ready for that match when it comes. So they'll be watching with intent to see what kind of situation is going to be after the UMA game with Kalanji.
And then you have to think about that match is on Wednesday the 4th. The playoffs start that weekend.
Yeah, 3 days later.
So both of those teams are going to need to recover quickly.
Yep.
Because first, whoever wins the regular season does not get a bye.
Right.
They immediately have to play whoever the 8th seed will be.
Yep.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at Charlie Jordan Field. You have been watching UPSL Georgia Conference action right here on ASMG TV. If you like what we do, don't forget to like and subscribe, as we will bring you highlights, interviews, podcasts, as well as live action every single week, part of this UPSL conference. For Andre Bomar, I've been Larry Weaver. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on ASMG TV.
This has been a presentation of the UPSL. Any use of this broadcast without the written consent of the Atlantic Soccer Media Group is prohibited.